That real quick for me. Cool. So you need to have a big why, Justice or Justin. We have Justice in the program too. He's not here. Justice, if you're watching this video, where you at? Where you at? All right, Justin. Right. You need to have a big why, because if you don't have if you're to the degree that your why, how big it is going to be the degree of how big your drive is, and to that degree will equal your success or failure. Right? That's why it's very important to have a big why. So when you don't feel like it, don't feel like working out, don't feel like tracking your macros, don't feel like working on your business, don't feel like prospecting, don't feel like waking up, don't feel like anything, whatever, or life circumstances come up, you have to work extra hours, somebody, tragedy happens, right? All sorts of things can happen. If your why isn't big enough, you will have the excuses and you won't follow through. But if the bigger your why is, the drive, the motivation is behind the goal, the more resilient you will be to actually overcome anything that comes your way. No matter if you feel like it, no matter if you catch, like a good example was looking at Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, literally would play the game full time and still score 40 points with the flu. Think about, you have the flu. Most of you guys, are you going to work out? Well, maybe if you had the drive, the motivation, the big why, like Kobe Bryant, to get in shape, like they did for the win the championship, to show up for their fans, to show up for their team, they had that motivation, that big why. They would, no matter if they're Kobe Bryant's Achilles snapped, he's still going to show up to the free throw line and shoot the shot because he has that big why. He has that drive underneath the goal, right? But a lot of times, if you don't have that big why, your Achilles snaps, you're quitting. You get the flu, you're quitting. You have to work an extra few hours at your job, you're not going to work out that day, right? Whatever circumstances, because you don't have enough why behind the goal. And so what you need to do is, whenever you set a goal and a vision for what you want to accomplish, you need to understand the why behind it. You can't just set the goals and expect that to be enough. You need to understand, why do you want to build that business? Why do you want to drop the man tits? Why do you want to drop 20 pounds? Why do you want to stop drinking and smoking weed, drinking alcohol and smoking weed? Why do you want to not wake up? Why do you want to wake up at 5 a.m.? Justice, why do you really want to build your real estate business? Right? Robert, Justin's in real estate too. He's good network there, because Robert's been doing it 20 years. Right? Paul, why do you really want to start the business? Daniel, why do you really want to lose the weight? George, why do you really want to get a six-pack? Right? And so first and foremost, it should be for yourself, because you owe you something. You owe yourself to be in the best shape of your life, to have the best health, to live the longest life, to live the best life, to have the most confidence, to not be burnt out, to have the most energy, to make the most money, to make the most impact. You owe yourself that. So that should be a huge motivation, is realizing that you owe yourself something, right? That's a huge motivation, but most of the times that's too superficial and selfish, that it doesn't drive us, because a lot of times you're comfortable. Obviously, you're in the shape you're in because you were comfortable being in that shape. You have the level of money you have because you're comfortable with that level of money. You work the job you work because you're comfortable with that job. So obviously, for yourself, sometimes that isn't enough for you just to say, no, I deserve to make more money, I deserve to be in better shape. Sometimes that is a great motivator that will cause you to change. But a lot of times you need something more than that. That's why I talked about why you need to think about how you owe. If you believe in God, you owe God. God gave you this life. You owe God to give you the best, to give him, to show up to the world the best version of yourself, because he granted you life. So you deserve to fulfill his purpose with your life, right? If you're spiritual. Now, if you are or aren't, what about your family, your friends? Don't you deserve to be the best man you can be for your wife, for your girlfriend, for your potential wife, for your kids, or your kids in the future? Don't you deserve to be the best father? Don't they deserve the best father that lives the longest life, that has the best health, that makes the most money, that lives a job that just sets him on fire, that he's changing lots of lives, that he's in the best shape of his life? that he's disciplined, he's a good role model for his kids, for his wife, for his girlfriend, for his, how about his parents? How about his friends? How about your employees if you're a business owner? How about your coworkers if you work for somebody, right? Tying your purpose, tying your goals, your vision to the people around you, right? A huge thing that I always had within my purpose, it's not the main thing, but all of my goals, I want to be a role model for all of my friends to show them what's possible, right? For the people I grew up around that I don't really associate myself with anymore, I want to be a pillar of inspiration to show them where I came out of, what is possible with your life. Because being an inspiration can motivate other people to change because they saw DC did it, Devin did it, so I can do it. So maybe you guys need to get in shape so you can show your wife she can get in shape too. So you can show your kids, hey, you could be in great shape too. So you can show your friends, hey, you don't have to be overweight if you're 40. Look at me. I dropped 40 pounds at 40 years old. I'm still in great, like you're going to be an inspiration for the people around you. So tying your goals, your vision to the impact it's going to have on the people you love most in your life. Because a lot of times, I'm sure you guys can resonate with this, you're willing to do a lot more for your loved ones than you're willing to do for yourself. Right? Because that's how men are wired. Right? So Justin might not make $1 million for himself, but his mom caught cancer and they didn't have the money to get the chemo or whatever, he might have to learn how to make 50 grand real fast. And that might motivate him to make 50 grand much fat for the chemo or whatever, much faster than to make 50 grand for himself. Right? That's just an example of how far we're willing to go for the people we love more than just ourselves, our selfish ambition. Right? So all of them are great motivators. Doing it for yourself, you owe you something. You owe you to be in the best shape, the most confidence, the most money, live your dreams, live your passion, live your purpose. You owe yourself. If you believe in God, then you owe God because you were not just thrown on this earth for no reason. You're here for a reason. So it's your duty and obligation to be your best version of yourself in every area and strive for greatness, strive for your full potential and be nothing less. And then for your family and friends, your father, your mother, your kids, your wife, your girlfriend, your friends, your coworkers, your employees, your boss, the people around you, the people who watch you on social media, the people that you went to high school with, went to college with, right? You being the best version of yourself is going to inspire them. So, and then thinking about how by me losing 20 pounds or me building the business, whatever it may be, how is that going to impact the people around me? How's that going to impact them if I accomplish my goal? Obviously positively. And think about the opposite too. If I fail, if I stay overweight, if I stay suffering with this vice, if I stay not living up to my full potential, not making the money, not having the impact, not living my purpose, how is that going to hurt the people around me? Because that's going to motivate you too. It's like, man, I can't when you let you down, you're letting everyone else around you down. Because if you don't accomplish your full potential in life, that the people around you, it gives them an excuse not to do the same too. But when you're living up to your full potential, when you're in your best health, the most energy, the most confidence, the most impact, living your purpose, crushing all of your goals, everyone around you, they don't have an excuse not to do the same. But when you're not doing it, it gives them all the excuses of the world. Like they don't need to be in good shape. Like you're 30 pounds overweight. Why shouldn't they be 30 pounds overweight? But if you get in amazing shape, they don't have an excuse anymore because you did it. And so you can say, yeah, this is how I did it. Come work with your boy DC. Shout out. Right. But right, that's going to motivate you. So I hope that makes sense. So waking up at 5 a.m., you need to understand, like, whatever time you want to wake up, if that's just the simple example we're using here, you need to have a reason why that's even important. Because if it's not important, of course you want to wake up at 5 a.m. Right? But if there's a motivation, a drive, a big why behind the reason why you need to wake up at 5 a.m., right? And it's all super waking up at 5 a.m. The reason you wake up at 5 a.m. is because you're gonna need to you're going to need to work out in the morning, or do your prospecting in the morning, or do XYZ so you can perform better in every area of life. That's the reason you need to wake up at 5 a.m. Now, why you need to wake up at 5 a.m. is to do all those things. Why is it important for you to do all those things? Oh, so I can do XYZ, inspire XYZ, change, be the best version of myself for XYZ. And how is that going to change their lives? Right now you have a lot more ammunition on actually accomplishing that goal versus it just being surface level. I need to wake up at 5 a.m. I need to lose 20 pounds. I need to make more money. That's surface level, but let's get deeper. Why? It's like, oh, you never want to be broke, so your kids never have to experience being hungry in their lives like you did when you were a kid. Oh, that's a lot more than just like, oh, I want to make money, right? Understand the why behind everything. And when you understand your why, the bigger your why is, you can overcome any how. So I don't care if you're working a 16-hour shift. I don't care if you're working 80 hours a week. You can still work out. When you have a big why, you can overcome any how, right? If you don't know how to track your macros on MyFitnessPal, if you have a big enough why, you'll figure it out. If you don't know how to build a business, but you have a big enough why to build that business, you'll figure out how to do it, right? If you don't know how to make X amount of money, but you have a big enough why, that was the example of like your mom's dying or something's something super urgent's happening where you need to come up with X amount, you'll figure out how to do it, right? Those are great examples. I'm sure everyone has at least one in their life where it really showed you how much you really can do and how much you're really not performing at that level, right? That's why the great example. You might not, like, I don't know how many houses Robert sold, but he might have sold like 30, 40 houses this year, right? But he might continue just doing that just for himself. But if he had a huge why for some reason for his kids or for somebody that he needed to, sell another 20 houses this year for some reason, he's more likely to do it for somebody else than he'll do it for himself because they need it, right? Especially the more urgent it is. Like somebody's life is on the line, that's going to cause you urgency. Like sometimes I need to help my family out or help my girlfriend out with something financially. I will make more money so much faster than just doing it for myself. And that's just a great example, right? Cool. Any questions or comments or anything anybody wants to share on that topic? Was that helpful, Justin?
Yeah, definitely.
I hope it's more motivational than me just saying, don't be a lazy soft pud and wake your ass up like some of my content,
No, it's a good analogy. I liked how you brought if somebody's life is on the line for sure.
Yeah, it's a huge thing I do when it comes to waking up. I will wait. How about this? We'll do it. We'll do it, Justin. What, you need to wake up at 5? You're Eastern
Yes,
time,
sir.
right? All right, I'll make you a bet. You wake up at 5. If I'm not already still awake, I'll wake up at 2 in the morning and we'll check in together.
Okay.
2 in the morning.
Definitely.
I'll check in with you. If you don't do it, you owe me either more money or you owe me like a video of you doing like 1,000 push-ups or some shit.
All right, thanks.
All right.
Agreed.
So I'll wake up at 2 in the morning and just to prove to whoever, because 2 in the morning, that's pretty ridiculous, especially because I'm definitely not going to bed until midnight or 1. So I'm only going to get an hour of sleep. And then my plan is deadlift 500 for 2 reps tomorrow. So if I can do that on an hour or 2 hours of sleep, I'm going to feel like an OG. But what was going to say, what I do when it comes to like waking up or something, I do this with all of my goals, especially the more urgent it is, but it's definitely something so simple as like what time you wake up, because that's something anybody could do. Like losing 20 pounds or making a certain amount of money, there's work and there's processes, there's certain steps to it, but waking up is literally one step. It's wake up, right? So with waking up, what I do is I write on like a piece of paper or a sticky note, right? I, Devin Kripe, am going to wake up at 2 in the morning or 5 in the morning. I write my name. I, Devin Kripe, am going to wake up at X time. Okay. Right. And then I sign it, my signature, and I circle it. And then I look myself in the mirror and I repeat it 5 times. Because now I literally signed a contract with myself and I put my word on it. Right. So it's a lot more than just saying it, because I know sometimes talk is cheap. Like, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m. Sometimes that's not good enough, especially when it's something new. But literally, when you say, Devin Kripe, I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., and then you sign it, and then you repeat it in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and repeat it 5 times, you're going to feel like a real bitch if you don't wake up at 5 a.m. the next morning, because you literally signed a contract with yourself and repeated it. If it's that serious to you, and I advise this with any goal you have, if it's a certain amount of money or houses sold, or, I'm going to make 500 cold calls tomorrow, sign it, right? Or I'm going to make 500 cold calls today, repeat it 5 times in the mirror. I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups today. I'm going to track my macros today. I'm going to work out today. Whatever is super hard for you, like, boom, sign it and repeat it in the mirror. It's going to make it a lot more legit than just thinking inside your head or saying it to yourself. And if you really want to get legit, you share it with other people, like your coach DC, or other people in the community, or with your girlfriend, or with your mom, or with whoever. You share it and you say, hey mom, just want to let you know, I'm going to do 500 cold calls today. All right. I'm going to call you at 8 p.m. I'm going to let you know if your boy did it. All right. Or like, hey girl, hey baby, I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups today. All right. If I don't do it, you can call me a bitch. Ooh, like that's going to motivate you a lot more. Or you can call up your homie, but like, whoever's going to hold you accountable, that's going to motivate you as well. Right. So I guess I'll do it for you, Justin. Are you going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow? Are you going to wake up at 5 a.m. tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're going to wake up at 5 a.m.? Okay, I'll wake up at 2 a.m. All right.
Yeah, go you better. I, Justin Barrera, am gonna wake up at 5 a.m.
All right.
tomorrow morning.
I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. I'm going to call your ass. I'm going to say, yo, Justin, I'm the best. I'm the greatest coach in the world. I'm going to call you. I'm going to say, hey, you up? You up? All right. Sound good, bro?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, studies have shown, it's all based off time, right? Right. If you wake up an extra 4, if you literally sleep an extra 2 hours less a day, it's the compound effect, right? That's another 60 hours a week or a month. That's another 700 or 800 something hours a year. How many days is that? That's probably like a month or a couple weeks, right? But cool. I hope that was useful for you guys. You could use that. You could use whatever I just told you for any goal. Like, literally, you're trying to lose 20 pounds. Tell your 5 best friends. Tell your girlfriend. Tell your kids. That's gonna. Now you can't let your kids down. Like, now it's not just letting you down. Or even if it's not letting them down because they don't really care. Guess what? Especially if it's something like your kids or your girlfriend or somebody you really respect, you're breaking trust with them because you said, hey, you put your name on it. Hey, I'm going to lose 20 pounds. Even if they don't really care and you don't accomplish that goal, they're going to kind of not trust you as much because they're like, you said it, but you didn't do it. Right. That's why I'm kind of a hard ass. I'm not super sunshine and rainbows with some of you guys. When you guys give me your word, sometimes I smack you in the face. I say, hey, bro, you told me you didn't do it. Right. Because yeah, all that. Because I want to see all of you guys accomplish all of your goals and live up to your full potential and greatness. And the more you guys do that, the more, like, I have to lead by example. And then also the more you do it, the more I get better. And the better I get, the more you guys get better. Right. You literally pay me, and you literally are investing your time and everything to be in this program for that reason. Right.
Amen.
Michael Jordan was the greatest coach in the world. He had 6 coaches. Right. That's what, when people say they don't need a coach, I'm like, well, I guess you don't really want to be your best self and step into your greatness, bro. Because Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, was humble enough to realize he needed coaches for training, for shooting, for watching film. He needed to listen to Phil Jackson, right? I believe that's his coach, right? Like, I might be the greatest player in the world, but you're the greatest coach in the world. All right, I'm gonna listen to what plays you want me to run. I'm going to put the ball in the hoop, but how am I going to do it? Show me what's up, right? You have to put in the work, but I'm going to show you how it's done. And I'm going to hold you accountable to doing it. Cool. Any questions, guys? I hope this value. Oh, yeah, as far as the anchor, this is my song, guys. 300 violin orchestra. I play this anytime I want to be motivated. Anytime I lack motivation, or anytime I want to anytime I'm stepping into my greatness, I play this. Right? So I advise you guys, use a song or an instrumental, okay? And only play that song or instrumental when you lack motivation, or when you really want to be motivated, like super high energy and intense, right? Play the same song, the same instrumental, and only play it then. Don't play it any other time. That's how you're going to begin to anchor it into your psychology, right? And then also, if you want to make it more powerful, compound it with an exercise. Move your body, either jump rope, jump squats, shadow boxing, push-ups, burpees. I do push-ups. I'll knock down and do like 50 push-ups and play the song right before I do my YouTube videos, right before I do my lives, right before, I hop on a group call or a coaching call, right? And then if you want to make it even more powerful, write down your vision, write down your goals, and write down the people you're doing it for. I'll get you real hyped up.
And also cook wearing a weight vest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah. Put all the haters on your
put all the haters on your boat.
Start repping it out.
Start repping it out.
So do it.
Cool. Yeah, weighted vests are good.
Yeah, weighted vests.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Any comments, questions, anything you guys want to share? Who else is waking up at 2 a.m. tomorrow? Do I have any volunteers? Anybody waking up at 5 a.m.? All right. Any comments or questions, guys?
Nah, you hit the nail right on the head, man. Greatest coach in the world.
You heard? You got to be whatever path you're going on. You got to focus on one thing. I mean, you got competition. Robert's the greatest real estate agent in the world. I mean, if you're gonna claim that, bro, you guys got to battle. He's got
any
20 years on
other
you.
Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioners? Devin,
Oh.
you roll. I seen you
I
with the
used to.
Kanuki.
I used to. I might get back into it. I think I'm gonna get into boxing next year.
Fire.
Cool. Yeah. Paul, whatever you decide to do, like literally, it's got to be a mindset. I am the greatest. And then you got to own up to it. Because if not, then you're just delusional and whatever. All right. But I mean I'm going to wake up at 2 a.m. and call Justin and make sure he wakes up. I don't know anybody else I would do that. Unless you're paying me like 10x what you're paying me. I don't know any other coach that would do something like that. Right. Cool. Yeah. Daniel, 4 a.m. If I'm still awake at 1, because you're East Coast too. So if I'm still awake at 1, I'll hit you up. I'll say you up, bro. Cool. Robert, Paul, Justin, Daniel, any questions, guys? Anything else you want to say, or is that good for today? Robert's going to be working until 2 in the morning. All right, guys.
Thank you, DC.
45. I'm 45. You'll learn that you don't do that when you get to my age.
Cool. Awesome, guys. Reach out. Don't hesitate if you have any questions, if you guys need anything. All right. It was a great call today. Much love, much respect. Continue to crush your goals and step into your greatness. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Message me if you need anything. Have a good one. Peace. God bless. Later.